Hey there! What's up? I'm Anthony Tresca, and welcome to another episode of Spooky Scraps, where we take a horror property, find something weird or obscure about it, and then we talk about that. And today I am delighted to be taking part in a bit of a draft, where we're going to draft a team of our very own Dream Warriors, inspired by A Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. Here to assemble their very own team of Dream Warriors with me is Dr. Katherine Troyer.
Yay, I'm so excited because I love competition, especially when it's meaningless. And so I am prepared to scrap with you and to see who wins. And I'm hoping desperately it will be me.
Yes, so we're going to scrap it up in this edition of Spooky Scraps. We're going to be doing a draft where we're going to pick people from horror, so that can be either writers, directors, actors, characters themselves. It's pretty broad here. Each of us we took about 5 minutes to put together a list of some of these.
Because if Anthony claims someone, I cannot claim that person because that person is already on a Dream Warrior team. So there, I think, are going to be some people that we're going to be desperately both eager to have be on our Dream Warrior team. So what we will do is we will begin with rock, paper, scissors to get to decide who gets to make their first decision.
Ooh, first draft.
I know.
First round draft pick.
Exactly.
I've heard that this is a big deal.
That's what they say. Okay, so we'll 1, 2, 3, and then release. Okay.
Ready?
Yes. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Okay.
Aha!
Okay.
Aha!
Okay.
All right. So, for my first pick, I am going to take none other than Wes Craven.
Oh.
Who better to be on my team of Dream Warriors than the person who wrote the Dream Warriors movie? I mean, it's also Wes Craven feels like a homie, so I think I just want to have him on my dream team.
Yeah, I had him on my list, so he's off. So I'm going to go, if we're going to go with like people that I just partially want on my team so I can say they're on my team, but I also think they can bring something to it, I'm going to have to go with Stephen King. Because if he doesn't know how to build nightmares, I don't know who does. And I think that as the Freddy franchise has shown us, it's all about crafting the world. So Stephen King is my first pick.
Stephen King was not on my list, so...
Okay, then.
This first round is off to an interesting start.
It is.
Moving on now to pick number 2. All right, so I think for pick number 2, I am going to go with Cole, who is the main character from the Babysitter franchise, because his whole thing, the tail mark of that character, is that he has an active imagination. That's how he wins in the first Babysitter movie. So I think his imagination would be very much appreciated on my dream team.
You know, it makes sense that you went there, right? Because they build their own dream team. And so I, too, was thinking about the Babysitter. But I was thinking more specifically about some of the people they assembled on their team. So I think my second choice is going to have to be Ripley from Alien. Courtesy of Sigourney Weaver. I debated if I wanted Sigourney Weaver, if I wanted Ripley. But I think I'm going to want Ripley at the end of the day.
Interesting that both of our second round picks were inspired by the Babysitter.
Well, you know, I mean, that's what's on my mind, right? That's what's on your mind, because this is so much of that film was about that imaginative element. Okay, so you have Wes Craven. I have Stephen King. You have Cole. I have Ripley. Who's next?
For my next pick, I'm going to go with Danny from Midsommar. Danny's been through a lot. I imagine that her dreams are already not a pleasant place. So in order to get any peace of mind, I imagine that she's probably had to get some control over that. Plus, her time in this cult has probably introduced her to some practices around dreams that I think might be helpful for my dream team.
She was on my list too, but keeping in line with the having strong female representation, I'm gonna go with Adelaide Wilson from Jordan Peele's Us. Because if anyone knows how to defeat the under levels And if anyone has proven, like, what a mama bear can do, I feel like it's Adelaide. And I think that that will work nicely. The number of things she'll bring to the table will just be perfect.
That's a good pick.
Thank you.
Good pick. Closing out round 3 with that pick. Moving on to my 4th pick, I think I'm going to go with another creator. I think for this pick, I'm going to pick Shirley Jackson. A lot of dark stuff in that mind, but a lot of really interesting things, and seems to have a lot of control that I think would be very helpful in my battle in my dreams. So I'm going to go with Shirley Jackson.
You know, she almost made my list, and I don't know why at the end of the day I took her off. I think it was just because I was feeling overwhelmed at that point. This one's tricky. So I know I've been kind of like matching you in terms of what you've been doing.
Go your own way.
But go your own way. I think I'm going to introduce my wild card that is either going to guarantee victory or ensure utter defeat, and I don't know which. And I'm going to put on my team Candyman.
Oh.
Yeah. So my logic is that, you know, this is someone that knows all about the importance of creating a world where you are at the center. This is a man who knows all about obsession, who knows how to blur the lines between fact and fiction. And I also feel like maybe if Freddy is scared of anything, it would be bees. Maybe not. But, you know, it's going to be, you know, claws versus hook. So I think he's going to be my 4th wild card. Either he will destroy everyone or he will save the day member of my Dream Warriors squad.
And that brings round 4 of our draft to a close. Now on to our final round with our final pick. For my final pick, I think I'm going to go with none other than Ash from the Evil Dead franchise. Come on. I mean, I'm calling in the big guns. I need someone who... I've got a lot of other people who are really good with their mind. I don't necessarily need another one like that. But I also think Ash would even deliver there because he's seen some insane stuff. So the stuff in the dream world, I imagine, probably wouldn't be that strange to him. He'd just be like, oh, just another day in paradise. Chainsaw.
It didn't even occur for me to put Ash on my list, and I feel like that's an incredible fault on my part. Like, I feel like that will haunt me. That's the one that will haunt me. Okay. This is tricksy. This is very, very tricksy. So...
It's the final pick.
I know, it's the final pick. The final countdown. I think I'm going to go with Danny Torrance from The Shining. Slash, you know, Dr. Sleep. So that we can have all of him. Because... I want someone that, again, is kind of aware of, like, how to bridge the worlds. I want someone that knows how to understand story narratives. And I feel like between Candyman and Ripley and Adelaide Wilson, I have the big guns covered. I think I need another thinker on my team. And obviously Stephen King and Danny Torrance will, I think, work nicely together. So... I think
I think so. I mean, that is Stephen King's, like, self-insert,
yeah. I mean,
character.
So I will say there were others that I wanted. Like, I wanted Jamie Lee Curtis. You know, I wanted Randy from Scream because of his background and knowledge. There were a lot of people that, like, were real close. Who was on your list that just didn't make it to the top?
So I had both Paul Tremblay and Grady Hendrix on my list. I was like... They both would be really good. If I didn't get Wes Craven in the first... If I didn't get the first pick, I imagined you would probably have picked Wes Craven. So I had, like, some backup creators just in case. I also had in a bit of a weirder pick, Jennifer from Jennifer's Body.
Ooh.
Just for, like, some chaos. I feel like they might have some really... They might bring something interesting. And then I was like, if I really want to be a little shit, I could just pick Nancy, couldn't I?
I thought about that, but, you know, Nancy doesn't always make it, so...
That's true.
I thought about...
What about you? Who got left off?
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, she was real high on my list. Rick from The Walking Dead almost made it.
Oh, yeah.
Rod from Get Out, because, you know, he would provide that comic relief, but also he was like, get out of the house. So I feel like maybe we wouldn't have even entered the dreamscape. And then my like weird one was the Overlook Hotel itself.
Oh,
and I almost went there, but then it just didn't work with the rest of my team. Ooh, this was fun.
This was a lot of fun. Wow, okay. So let's just go through each of our teams again. On my team, I've got Wes Craven, Cole from The Babysitter, Danny from Midsummer, Shirley Jackson, and Ash from The Evil Dead. And your 5 are...
Stephen King, Ripley from Alien. Who's my third one? Candyman from Candyman. Adelaide Wilson from Us, and Danny Torrance from The Shining.
So those are our Dream Warriors, each of our respective teams. Let us know what you think of our teams in the comments below.
And who would be your team?
Put together your own team of Dream Warriors. Thank you for watching this video. Give us a like. Be sure to subscribe. Thank you for listening. And
have a spectacular
day.